member function whose task is to initialize the objects of its class. It is a special member function. It has the same as the class name. Java constructor are invoked when their objects are created. It is named such because it constructs the value that is provides data for the object and are used to initialize objects. Every class has a constructor when we don't explicitly declare constructor for any Java class. The compiler creates default constructor for that class which does not have any return type. The constructor in Java that cannot be abstract, static, final or synchronized, and these modifiers are not allowed for the constructor. There are two types of constructors. First one is a default constructor. There is no argument constructor. Second one is the parameterized constructor. In default constructor, a constructor having no parameter is known as default constructor and no argument constructor. For example, here box uses a constructor to initialize the dimension of a box. Class name is box. Parameters are double width, double height and then double depth. So this is a constructor for a box. Box function system.out.println constructing box. Width size is equal to 10, height is equal to 10, depth is equal to 10. So compute and return volume double volume. So return width into height into depth. Next, class B, class box demo. Public static void main string arguments we are passing. Declare and allocate and initialize box objects. Box my box 1 is equal to box. So box my box 2 is equal to new box. Double volume. Get volume of first box volume is equal to my box 1 dot volume. System.out.println volume is plus volume. So get volume second box volume is equal to my box 2 volume. So now the system.out.println volume is plus volume. And the next one is the parameterized constructor. A constructor which has a special number of parameters is called the parameterized constructor. In parameterized constructor is used to provide different values to the distinct objects. And second one is the methods. So this is the syntax of the method. Syntax, type name of parameter list and then body of the method within this open and curly braces. Type, which specifies the type of the data written by the method. This can any valid type including class types that you create. If the method that does not return a value, its return type must be void. The name of the method is specified by name. The parameter list is a sequence of type and identifier pairs that is separated by commas. Parameters are essentially variables that receive the value of the arguments passed to the method when it is called. If the method that has no parameters, then the parameter list will be empty. Methods that have a return type other than the void return a value to the calling routine using the following form of the return statement. Syntax, return space value. Example, this program which includes the method inside the box class box double width, double height and double depth. Returning value with example. There are two important things to understand about returning values. The type of data returned by a method that must be compatible with the return type specified by the method. The variable receiving the value returned by the method such as volume, in this case that must also be compatible when the return type is specified of that particular method. And this keyword is used to refer to the object that invoked it. This can be used inside any method to refer to current object. That is, this is always reference to the object on which the method that has been invoked. This function that can be used to invoke current class constructor. So for example, syntax: box of double w double h double d, that is height with depth. So this dot width is equal to w, this dot height is equal to h, this dot depth is equal to d. So this is the main use of this keyword. This overloading methods, when two or more methods within the same class that they have the same name but their parameter declarations are different, the methods that are said to be overloaded. The process is referred to as the method overloading. Method overloading is one of the ways that the Java supports polymorphism. There are two kinds of method overloading in Java: by changing number of arguments or by changing the data type, that is what we are using over here. Changing the parameters or changing the data type.